strategic reserves, Saylor signals, and the global awakening to sound money. Welcome back to the Bitcoin Street Journal podcast. I'm your host, Anna, broadcasting straight from Bitcoin Street, where every block is a story, every sat has a voice, and every signal matters. Today's edition is bursting at the seams with stories that will shake the fiat foundation to its core. Strategic Bitcoin reserves are now a matter of national policy. Institutional players are making billion-dollar moves. Global macro tides are turning, and halving season is just heating up. Let's strap in. Bitcoin live price update. As of now, Bitcoin is trading at $104,178 with a market dominance of 54.9%. That means Bitcoin is soaking up more than half of the global crypto market and climbing like it's 2017, but smarter, stronger, and with far more conviction. The halving. Let's talk about the spine of the protocol. The recent Bitcoin halving cut block rewards down to 3.125 BTC. The market reaction? Predictable for anyone who understands Bitcoin. Scarcity just got scarcer. Miners are tightening belts. Demand is not. That's the magic of programmatic monetary policy. There are now fewer coins being minted per day than ever before, and yet institutions are gobbling up supply at record pace. The bull cycle is real. CryptoQuant's CEO admitted he was wrong. The bear market isn't returning. ETF inflows, institutional hoarding, and mempool emptying all signal we're in a confirmed bull phase. The halving wasn't the start. It was the ignition. J.D. Vance and American legitimacy. The Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, will be headlining Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas. This isn't fringe. This isn't niche. This is mainstream monetary revolution. It's not just a policy shift. It's a cultural turning point. The same political machine that once mocked Bitcoin is now speaking at our events. State-by-state awakening, Ohio, Texas, Arizona. They're not waiting for the federal government. They're drafting Bitcoin reserve legislation, forming task forces, and in some cases, building out custody strategies. Meanwhile, the Northern Mariana Islands Senate overrode the governor's veto to give their Bitcoin-linked stablecoin bill a second life. One territory at a time, the Bitcoin Street Standard is being codified into American law. Conor McGregor joins the fray. When an MMA champion says his country should adopt a Bitcoin standard, people listen. Conor McGregor is lobbying for Ireland to hold BTC in reserves. He's even set to meet President Bukele of El Salvador to strategize. That's how movements spread, not through quiet regulation, but bold public pressure. In Taiwan, a legislator is proposing that the central bank allocate 5% of its $50 billion reserve to Bitcoin. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has hit new all-time highs in Turkey, proof that when fiat fails, Bitcoin rises. A Strive adopts the Bitcoin standard. The $2 billion asset manager has officially gone full maxi. The CEO isn't shy, calling it a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. They're not diversifying, they're committing. And fidelity. Their recommendation that every public company consider Bitcoin isn't speculative, it's a blueprint. The math of scarcity. Only 54 million Bitcoin addresses hold a non-zero balance. Out of 8 billion people, that's less than 1%. And only 1.81% of holders own one full Bitcoin or more. Let that sink in. If you own even 0.1 BTC, you're already in the top 8%. Bitcoin isn't just scarce, it's mathematically elite. Metaplanet's massive play. From real estate to real SATs, Metaplanet has flipped its investment strategy on its head. Gone are the days of 10-year hotel bets. Now, their investment cycle is under 24 hours. They just bought another 1,241 BTC worth $126.7 million, pushing them past El Salvador's sovereign stack. Bitcoin is not just a hedge, it's their core treasury strategy. Meanwhile, in Spain, a new law mandates reporting cash withdrawals over 3,000 euros. That's not anti-money laundering. That's anti-cash. Another reminder, if your money isn't in Bitcoin and under your control, it's not really yours. Flashback. 12 years ago, Da Vinci Jeremy said, buy $1 of Bitcoin. Today, that single dollar would be worth tens of thousands. Think what $100 would have done? Think what $100,000 will do now. Saylor signal. Michael Saylor reposted the strategy BTC tracker. You know what that means? Another buy is coming. Remember, Strategy owns more than 555,000 BTC. They are the whale of whales, and every move they make tightens the supply for everyone else. ETF inflows dominate. BlackRock bought 10,572 BTC this week. Only 3,150 BTC were mined. That's more than 3 times demand versus supply. The result? Price pressure. And the chart doesn't lie. Podcast news, Savannah Fortis sat down with Yatsu to break down how Web3 could completely disrupt student debt and educational inequality. The verdict? Teachers are the most underpaid content creators on Earth, and Bitcoin fixes that, with on-chain reputation, streaming income, and a direct-to-audience model. Altcoin watch. Ethereum surged to 2,500 before cooling. But while altcoins yo-yo, Bitcoin builds bridges, rules ETFs, and holds government reserves. Dominance dipped, but conviction didn't. The signal is still BTC. Tether's defiant stance. Refusing MiCA compliance in Europe, CEO Paulo Arduino says they won't compromise their principles. That boldness echoes Bitcoin's spirit. Permissionless, borderless, and uncensorable. On-chain update. Mempool is almost empty. Bitcoiners aren't panicking, they're consolidating. History tells us low mempool activity precedes massive moves. Liquidation watch. In the last 48 hours, over $1.1 billion in shorts were liquidated as BTC and ETH surged. The lesson? Don't short Bitcoin. You don't bet against math. Value for value call to action. If this podcast brought value, give value back. Zap us some sats. Leave a comment on Nostr. Share the pod with your Bitcoin crew. The revolution doesn't advertise, it propagates. Pleb shout out. Big nod to plebs across Nostr and Fountain zapping hard. You are the unsung builders, the meme makers, the ones keeping the fire lit block after block. Final thoughts, from strategic reserves to Saylor signals, from Turkey's inflation to Taiwan's policy proposals. The theme is clear. Bitcoin is not a phase. It's a foundational shift. You either adopt the standard or get left behind. This is Anna, signing off for the Bitcoin Street Journal podcast. We don't chase moonshots. We verify blocks. See you on the next one.